I done beat a lot of stuff. No matter what they try to take away from me, I beat it. I beat it.
Boom! Right.
And I'm still trying to, push forward. When people say legacy, I feel like you gotta picture where I came from. I already done enough.
The mega fight, that dance with destiny, is nearly at hand. And with both superstars in the fine-tuning stage, secrecy is crucial. That's why Davis made sparring the most important element of any camp, off limits to cameras. But his team's visible confidence hints at his readiness.
We're officially 2 weeks out from Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis, and the energy's different now. Every clip, every leaked sparring story, every photo from Tank's camp is turning this thing into a full-on storm.
Many years ago, legendary champion Marvin Hagler remarked that it's hard to get up and do road work at 5 a.m. when you're sleeping in silk pajamas. In other words, when you're hungry, when you're chasing something, the grind comes naturally. But once you're comfortable, that fire can fade. Unless...
The man looks massive. That lightweight frame, gone. Tank's walking around with that thick fight week swagger, chest out, shoulders wide. Arms like he's been sparring powerlifters instead of boxers. You can feel the weight of those punches through the screen.
You gotta have confidence. The crowd, the hype. I don't know what type of person Frank are. I could tell body language. And I would see it. I would see it if he's nervous or anything like that inside the ring. If it do play a big part, I take advantage of it.
But don't get it twisted, bulk doesn't mean slow. We've seen this movie before. Remember Terrence Crawford? People said he'd lose speed when he moved up. Canelo's too big. Then Crawford walked in bigger, sharper, and cooked Canelo like he'd been there all along. That's the blueprint Tank's following. This isn't random weight gain.
You gotta remember, you need a performance of your life. The whole world will be watching this like that.
Oh yeah.
Big stage, record audience, millions watching. For Tank, this is nothing new. But it's not exactly the same either, because he's never had such a treacherous opponent to prepare for.
This is smart mass. Every extra pound looks intentional. Every movement still snappy. 2 weeks out. And the message is loud. Tank isn't adjusting to Jake's size. He's turning that size into his next highlight reel victim.
I don't want to lose. I hate losing. I know Tank hate losing. Lamont damn sure don't want to lose, so it's gonna make for a good fight, man.
Then David Benavidez steps in calm, collected, heavy with that champion logic. He's like, yeah, get the bag, Tank, but I still want to see you fight Shocker, Haney, the real killers. And he's right. We all get it. We've been craving those legacy fights. But Benavidez drops a gem. The money fight isn't about skill anymore. It's about danger meeting size. That's what makes it electric. Because, let's be honest, if you can make $40 million before breakfast, you'd sign that contract.
To see Tank fight Shakur Stevens, Devin Haney, all the fights, man. Like, you know what I mean? I think it's Tank, as a world champion first, you should give us those fights. Because those are the fights I want to see, not taking anything away. I know it's going to be a big fight with big money.
Right after Benavidez drops wisdom, Abel Sanchez walks in like the voice of reason from a different era. He doesn't sugarcoat it. I don't like the fight as a fan, but as a coach. Take the bag, son. That's honesty you can't buy. Abel's not talking legacy, he's talking longevity. If you're gonna punch for a living, make sure those punches pay your bills. And he's not wrong. Boxing history is full of broke legends with belts but no bank accounts.
It's not really, it's competitive to the point where it's not really about the skill. It's about the size and the skill. You know what I mean? Because Tank is way smaller than Jake Paul, but we know for Tank, but also in my opinion, Jake Paul is so big that if he lands the right shot, maybe if he lands in the back of the head.
Tank cashing a payday from Jake Paul isn't ducking. That's chess. Smart fighters hit to targets. Opponents and generational wealth. Abel adds the classic coach flavor. Jake's no threat. Yeah, he's got 50 pounds, but Tank's been fighting giants since the playground. That's poetry disguised as trash talk. Abel's breakdown was straight art head movement, loop shots, Street Fighter DNA. Then he drops that savage humor. Jake might land once if grandma had a mustache. Vintage.
And I don't like the fight, but as a coach, I think it's a good move for Tank Davis. I mean, I've seen too many kids go out of this sport with not a cent in their pocket. And I think that if Tank...
And deep down, we all know if Tank lands clean, that 50-pound gap won't matter. Jake's next upload might be streaming from Dreamland. Enter Michael High White, the fight philosopher. He's studying the odds like a script. Plus 136 for Jake. Minus 175 for Tank. He calls it cool and smooth. Tank's the guy. Because this isn't size versus skill anymore. It's TikTok strength versus world-class timing. Michael nails it. You can't fake fight IQ. Jake might have YouTube power, but Tank's got generational aim. He reminds everyone.
A big payday like that, I think it's ridiculous as far as a fight fan, but as a coach, I understand it. You have to take care of your own. Well, he was fighting bigger guys than him. He was always a smaller guy. So he knows how to fight those big guys. He knows how to duck up underneath and throw those looping shots because that's who he fought in the street. At least that's my opinion anyway. He's always been there in the streets. He wasn't acquired. He had his moments and everybody was bigger than him. So he knows how to take care of himself. I don't think Jake Paul's
Jake's fighting an actual champion this time. And then he jokes next. People will be fighting bears. He's not wrong. Boxing's turning into a circus. But Tank's about to remind everyone what real violence looks like. When that left hand lands, it won't feel like views. It'll feel like vengeance. And just when we think that's the week's wildest headline, boom. Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao 2. Netflix. Yeah, you heard that right. Two legends who've retired more times than Tom Brady, stepping back in for one last run. Floyd's near 50.
Bigger guy, you could take punches from a smaller guy, you know?
If your grandma had a mustache.
That's not really your grandma.
Yeah. If it's putting him out.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people are thinking, but
it's on the up and up.
Yeah.
So I keep saying, no, it's on the up and up. I hope it is.
Manny's been through everything but extinction. And somehow, we're all watching. This isn't just a fight, it's nostalgia wrapped in legacy and sprinkled with $1 billion budget. Sure, they're older, but who cares? We're tuning in to see who ages better, the businessman or the senator. Floyd might still dodge taxes with his defense, and Manny might throw a combo fast enough to restart his political career. It's poetic to warriors too proud to fade quietly.
The fact that Gervonta, I believe he spars people that are much heavier than him. And that upper.
Well, who do you got?
Things, all that, and the fact that he's not old. Yeah. I think he makes up for the weight situation. I don't know if a guy that size is going to be fast enough for...
One last dance under the bright lights. So here we are 2 weeks out. This doesn't feel like a fight anymore. It feels like a cultural earthquake. Tank Davis, the compact destroyer. Jake Paul, the internet empire with gloves. Two worlds that should have never met yet somehow. It makes perfect sense. Every leak, every quote, every clip is pure adrenaline.
Gervonta Davis is else in that weight category.
It'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, it'd be ridiculous. But Gervonta, I mean, his technique-wise and heart-wise, that makes sense to Jake Paul because he kind of worked his way up, even though the guy is so much smaller.
With Benavidez, Sanchez, and Michael High White all chiming in, it's clear this isn't just hype. It's history being written in real time. So now it's your turn. Who's walking out with bragging rights and who's getting humbled? Is Tank about to silence the circus? Or will Jake Paul shock the purist one more time? Drop your thoughts below. And don't forget, share, and subscribe to BOXI News. See you in the next one.